For things you must do to keep driving safely after 70, stay independent longer. Enhance confidence and safety behind the wheel, preserving freedom. Independence, mental sharpness. Have you ever been behind the wheel and suddenly realized, things don't feel quite the same as they used to? Maybe your reaction time feels just a bit slower, or night driving has started to feel more stressful than it once did. Maybe you've caught yourself squinting a little more, or gripping the wheel a little tighter than usual. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone, and there's nothing wrong with admitting it. Driving is one of the most powerful symbols of independence. It's freedom. It's convenience. It's being able to go where you want, when you want, without depending on anyone else. And let's be honest, after a lifetime of living on your own terms, the idea of giving up the car keys, that's a hard pill to swallow. But the truth is, staying safe on the road doesn't mean giving up control. It just means being smarter, more aware, and taking a few important steps to protect both yourself and others. So today, we're going to talk about something deeply important, not just for your safety, but for your independence, your confidence, and your peace of mind. We're diving into 4 things every senior must do to keep driving safely after 70. These aren't complicated or overwhelming. In fact, they're practical, empowering steps that can make a big difference in your day-to-day life. And the best part? They help you stay behind the wheel, with confidence. Let's start with something that sounds simple but often gets overlooked: your vision. Our eyesight naturally changes as we age, and sometimes those changes creep in slowly. Maybe street signs are harder to read at night. Glare from oncoming headlights might feel blinding. Or your depth perception isn't quite what it used to be, making it harder to judge distances between cars. These are all subtle signs that your eyes might need a little help. That's why getting your eyes checked regularly, at least once a year, is absolutely essential. Not just a quick visit for reading glasses, but a full exam with dilation, so your doctor can check for conditions like cataracts, glaucoma, or macular degeneration. These are common in folks over 70, but the good news is, many of them can be treated, and early detection makes all the difference. And it's not just about glasses or prescription lenses. Think about when you drive. If night driving feels more stressful, maybe it's time to limit your outings to daylight hours. If bright sunlight bothers your eyes, keep a pair of high-quality sunglasses in the car. And keep your windshield clean, inside and out, because even a little smudge or glare can distort your view more than you realize. Now, let's talk about something a little more physical: your flexibility and mobility. Driving isn't just about your brain and your eyes. It's also about your body. Turning your neck to check your blind spot, swiveling in your seat to back out of the driveway, pressing down on the brake quickly in traffic, these all require flexibility, strength, and coordination. The trouble is, as we age, our joints tend to stiffen up. Maybe your neck doesn't turn as easily. Maybe your knees feel a little creaky when you press the pedals. Or maybe arthritis makes holding the steering wheel for long periods uncomfortable. These issues can sneak up on you, and many people just try to push through it. But ignoring the signs can increase your risk of accidents, not because you're not trying, but because your body just can't respond as quickly as it used to. So what can you do? Start with gentle stretches. You don't have to become a yoga master, just a few neck rolls each morning, shoulder stretches, or seated leg exercises can help keep your body limber. Even walking a little more each day can improve your circulation and balance. There are also driving accessories designed to make things easier. A steering wheel cover with a better grip, seat cushions that provide better posture support, or wider rearview mirrors to reduce the need for sharp head turns. These small adjustments can make a big difference in your comfort and your control behind the wheel. Of course, if you're dealing with a medical condition like arthritis, don't wait for it to get worse. Talk to your doctor. There might be simple treatments or exercises that can reduce pain and improve your movement. The goal isn't perfection, it's progress. Staying safe and mobile, not just behind the wheel, but in your everyday life. Now, there's something else we need to talk about, and it's not always easy. Medications. If you're over 70, chances are you're taking at least 1 or 2 medications daily. Maybe for blood pressure. Maybe cholesterol. Maybe something for sleep, or anxiety, or joint pain. All of these are common, but what's not always common is knowing how those medications affect your driving. Some medications can cause drowsiness. Others can slow your reaction time, affect your focus, or even make you dizzy. And sometimes it's not just one medication, but the combination of several that creates problems, even if you don't feel it right away. Have you ever felt a little foggy in the morning, or had trouble concentrating during a drive? That might not just be age. It could be your body's response to medication. And the truth is, even over-the-counter drugs, like allergy meds or cold remedies, can impact your alertness more than you think. That's why it's so important to regularly review your medications with your doctor or pharmacist. Not just to make sure they're still necessary, but to ask specifically, is it safe to drive while taking this? You'd be surprised how often people discover side effects they never connected to driving. And don't be afraid to speak up. If something feels off, maybe you're feeling tired behind the wheel, or your reflexes don't feel as sharp, bring it up. Your doctor may be able to adjust the dosage, change the time you take it, or recommend an alternative that's safer for daytime use. The goal here isn't to scare you. It's to empower you. Because knowledge gives you control. And when you understand how your body is reacting, to age, to medications, to daily stress, you can make better decisions that keep you safe, alert, and confident on the road. It's amazing how something as simple as reviewing your medications or stretching your neck in the morning can give you a little boost of confidence. When you realize you can still take charge of your well-being, even in small ways, it reminds you that independence doesn't disappear with age. It just shifts, and we adapt. That ability to adjust and stay aware is exactly what makes you a safer driver. Now let's talk about something that many people overlook, even though it's one of the biggest keys to driving safely in your 70s and beyond: staying mentally sharp and focused. Driving isn't just about reflexes and eyesight. It's about paying attention, really paying attention, every second you're behind the wheel. The brain is working constantly while you drive, processing what's in front of you, anticipating what's about to happen, managing distractions, and making dozens of little decisions in real time. But as we get older, mental fatigue can creep in more quickly. It might not be memory loss. It might just be that your brain needs a little more time to sort through information. You might miss a turn you've made 100 times. You might feel more nervous at busy intersections. Or maybe you've noticed you get overwhelmed faster when there's too much going on: construction zones, flashing lights, heavy traffic. This doesn't mean you're not capable of driving. What it does mean is that your brain needs regular, intentional exercise, just like your body. Keeping your mind sharp is one of the most important ways to protect yourself and others on the road. The good news: you don't need crossword puzzles or fancy apps to do this, though those are great too. You can keep your brain sharp with everyday things. Try taking a new route to the store instead of the usual one. Listen to an audiobook or podcast while driving that makes you think or laugh. Practice recalling your grocery list without looking at it. Even reading out loud or teaching someone how to cook a favorite recipe gets your mind engaged in new ways. And here's a little trick that may help more than you think. Before you start the engine, take 30 seconds to focus. Just sit quietly, take a deep breath, and mentally picture the drive ahead, where you're going, which roads you'll take, where you might hit traffic. This simple pause helps your brain prepare. It's like stretching before a walk. It signals, I'm present. I'm alert. I'm ready. Now, one thing that can make it harder to stay focused while driving, and unfortunately becomes more common with age, is distraction. And no, I'm not talking about texting or scrolling, although nobody should be doing that while driving at any age. For seniors, distraction can look different. It might be driving while you're tired or emotionally upset. It might be fumbling with the car radio or trying to read a small GPS screen while also scanning the road. It might be talking with a passenger when you're already trying to navigate an unfamiliar area. All these things pull your attention away from what matters most, the road ahead. So what can help? Keep things simple. If you're driving alone, set your destination on your GPS before you even put the car in gear. If you're feeling tired, anxious, or upset, take a moment to ground yourself before hitting the road. And if you're not feeling up to it, don't go. That's not giving up. That's smart, safe decision-making. Some people find that driving earlier in the day helps, when the mind is fresher and traffic is lighter. Others prefer to avoid rush hours altogether. You know yourself best. Pay attention to how you feel at different times and adjust your schedule accordingly. That flexibility is a form of strength, not weakness. And speaking of adjusting, let's touch on something that isn't always easy to admit, but it's important: being honest with yourself. One of the most powerful things you can do to keep driving safely after 70 is to check in with yourself, and not just once. Regularly. Pay attention to how you feel behind the wheel. Are you more nervous than you used to be? Are other drivers honking more often, or do you find yourself getting startled more easily? Do you hesitate at turns or feel unsure when changing lanes? These might sound like little things, but they add up. And the earlier you catch them, the easier it is to adjust. Sometimes it's just a matter of practice. Maybe you haven't driven in a while and just need to ease back into it. Or maybe it's time to take a defensive driving refresher course, something many communities offer specifically for seniors. These courses can be incredibly helpful. They teach updated road laws, safety strategies, and even tips on how to manage newer car technologies that might feel unfamiliar. Taking a course like this isn't about admitting weakness. It's about staying strong. It's a bold, empowering move that says, I'm serious about my safety. I'm doing everything I can to keep myself, and others, protected. And if you're unsure whether you're still a safe driver, don't rely only on your own opinion. Talk to someone you trust. Maybe a spouse, adult child, or close friend who's ridden with you recently. Ask for honest feedback. It might feel uncomfortable at first, but it could also give you exactly the insight you need. You can also schedule a professional driving assessment. These are often done by occupational therapists or driving specialists and can provide an unbiased look at your strengths and areas for improvement. They'll observe how you handle common situations, give you suggestions, and help you come up with a plan to keep driving safely as long as possible. Remember, this isn't about judgment or fear. It's about keeping the keys in your hand longer, with confidence, with pride, and with the assurance that you're doing everything in your power to stay sharp and safe. There's something empowering about taking your safety into your own hands. It doesn't mean living in fear. It means living with intention. And when it comes to driving, that symbol of freedom we all hold close, it means staying informed, being honest with ourselves, and making small, smart changes that keep us moving forward. Literally and figuratively. Now, before we wrap up, there's one more thing we absolutely have to talk about, and it's one that's often ignored until it's too late. I'm talking about your car itself. Yes, the vehicle you drive can make a bigger difference than you might think when it comes to your safety, comfort, and peace of mind. It's not just about whether your car runs, it's about how well it supports your needs now, not 20 years ago. Many of us are still driving the same car we've had for a decade or more. And while there's nothing wrong with being loyal to a good car, the reality is that today's vehicles come with built-in features specifically designed to help older drivers stay safe. Have you ever tried a car with blind spot detection? It gently alerts you when there's a vehicle in your blind spot, no twisting your neck, no second guessing. Or how about a rear-view camera that gives you a clear view when backing up? No more relying only on mirrors or turning your body uncomfortably. Lane keeping assistance, automatic emergency braking, adaptive cruise control, these features aren't just fancy upgrades. For many seniors, they're game changers. If your current car doesn't have these tools, it might be time to explore your options. That doesn't mean you have to go buy a brand new vehicle. Sometimes a lightly used, newer model can give you all the safety support you need, without breaking the bank. And if buying isn't in the cards, check with your local community center or senior programs. Some offer low-cost vehicle safety checks or even connections to transportation services when needed. Beyond safety features, think about how your car fits you. Is it easy to get in and out of? Can you adjust the seat so you're comfortable and upright? Are the mirrors positioned in a way that gives you full visibility without strain? These little things matter. A well-fitted car reduces fatigue, improves posture, and boosts confidence, and all of that shows in how you drive. So here's the bigger picture: taking care of your vision, your body, your mind, your habits, and yes, your vehicle, all work together. It's not just about driving. It's about living with dignity, with choice, with freedom. Maybe some people in your life have started making comments. Maybe your kids are gently suggesting you take fewer trips. Maybe a friend recently gave up driving and you're wondering if you should be next. Those questions are normal, and it's okay to sit with them. But don't make decisions based on fear or pressure. Make them based on facts. On how you feel behind the wheel. On how well you're adapting. On the steps you're willing to take to stay safe and independent. And let me tell you something important: needing a little help doesn't mean you've lost your independence. It means you're smart enough to know your worth, and you're willing to protect it. Maybe that means driving only during the day. Maybe it means stretching before every drive. Maybe it means scheduling your next eye exam or asking your doctor if your medications are still right for you. Or maybe it means test driving a car that better suits your current lifestyle. Whatever it is, every small step is a powerful choice, a declaration that you still want to live life on your own terms, but with the wisdom and strength that come from experience. You've earned the right to be behind that wheel. You've lived through more than most people ever will. You've raised families, built careers, overcome loss, and made countless memories in the driver's seat. And with the right awareness, preparation, and support, there's no reason you can't keep going, confidently, safely, and proudly. So, if you found today's video helpful, I'd love to hear from you. Share your thoughts down in the comments. What's something you've done to feel safer or more confident while driving after 70? Your story might help someone else feel less alone. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if it resonated with you. It really helps more people find this kind of helpful, encouraging content. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, because every week, we're sharing more practical tips, empowering conversations, and gentle motivation to help you live your best life at any age. You are strong. You are capable. And most importantly, you are still in the driver's seat, in more ways than one. Here's to your safety, your freedom, and the road ahead. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.